Previously on the SYLBOURNE Show, Mr. Wade of Dyke Dryden spoke about making our presence felt as black entrepreneurs in the UK, and in this episode, he'll speak about his awards, his books, and his perception of racism in the UK.
Victoria Mutual, proud sponsors of the SYLBOURNE Show. We are our members. We are Victoria Mutual.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SYLBOURNE Show. And of course, we have on the sofa Mr. Tony Wade. Mr. Wade, welcome back, sir. Now, before we left, we talk about racism in the UK. And one of the questions we have is that, do you think institutional racism still operates within entrepreneurship and society at large in Britain? And if yes, what further steps can we as a community take in forwarding a movement that you and your business partners started?
Well, it made a difference in that we were of the same, mind.
Yes.
The three of us were the same mind. We think alike, we did
Yes.
things alike, and everything that we were doing was for our community to benefit. Because we realized then that we as a community cannot hope to improve our lot by sitting on the fence, on the fringe of society.
Yes.
Well, that we had to make our presence felt.
Right.
And that's what we set out to do. And we succeeded in doing it.
Right.
We had to do it politically, socially, and for economic reasons.
Right.
Because nobody was going to do it for us. And we realized that, and that's what was the guiding principle all along. And this is what we have to do. For the generation, we've set examples.
Yes.
And if people would look at the examples that we've set, what was the outcome for the community? Employment, skills that they were
Yes.
developing
Yes.
that wasn't there. And I used to make it a point that I go around speaking.
Yes.
That's one of the contributions that I personally made. These are the speaking engagements.
Right.
As a result of the books, one of my agents used to go around and set up appointments where I would come to speak.
Yes.
So I was drilling this into them
Yes.
and saying, nobody is going to do things for you. You really got to do it for yourself. In fact, nobody gives you anything.
Yes.
You've got to create it yourself, and you've got to do it yourself. That's very important.
Right. I've referred a lot to community today, and because you often refer to community, could you tell us what you define as community?
Community, as far as we are concerned,
Yes.
and I said we, I'm talking about all the black people in Britain. We have certain aspirations that are in common. Aspirations, whether it be that we're not getting any money out of the banks,
Yes.
we're not getting jobs, that we get all the jobs that nobody else wants to do, and that sort of thing.
Yes.
But it's us. It's us ourselves as a community that has got to do something about it. I'll tell you what I mean. Give you a couple of references.
Yes.
Rudy Page, that you know very well,
I know Rudy Page, yes.
was one of my senior managers. And when Rudy went from our employment to something else, he discovered that the black people in the Training and Enterprise Council, where I was a director,
Yes.
there was a lot of plum jobs coming. This is when government had moved the councils. And I said, you know, the various councils, there was Enfield Council,
Yes.
there was Tottenham Council, there was another one which I can't remember offhand. And the government had put billions of pounds in.
Yes.
This was when we were going global.
Yeah.
And what was dealing with the money that the government had put up was the Training and Enterprise Council. So Rudy said to me, Mr. Wade, you know something? We're not getting the jobs. All of the white boys are getting the jobs.
Yes.
So I said, Rudy, you sure about that? Give me examples. And he did. And I got together a couple of the directors, and I said, well, listen, you've got to tell Mike that this nonsense has to stop.
Yes.
We want to see some of the senior jobs going to black people who are capable of doing the work.
Right.
And they heard what I had to say. And I said, if this doesn't stop, I'm going directly to the national press about it.
Right. Did you go to the press? Or they changed it?
No, they backed down. They backed down.
Yes.
They backed down. And we began to get some of the good jobs that were going. I have been fortunate in my career in general, in that I was operating at all sorts of levels, as a director of the Training and Enterprise Council, as a director of the local council. Everybody was wanting to give me work or having me to do something.
Right.
So I was able, I was instrumental in getting things done for our community.
Fantastic. You have received a number of awards and accolades over the years, Mr. Wade. Which one would you say is the most memorable to you?
The Lifetime Achievement Award given by the Department of Trade and Industry.
Fantastic.
And that was for our contribution to the nation.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And that is good because it shows that you are respected and the community respected it, because these things don't happen just by the department just actually giving the awards because of a feedback and everything like that. Now that is fantastic. If you look at that camera there and say to me, to the people actually, what words of perseverance can you offer the audience? Because persons actually are looking and they want to actually grab something. What words of perseverance can you offer audience that you have lived by personally? And that is to the British, to the Afro-Caribbean community, which is out there. Because you have said that if we see something, we need to seize it and go for it. What would your key words be?
You've got to really perseverance. You know, you just don't stop. You may have failures, but you don't stop.
Persevere,
you
yes.
Persevere. You go on and go on and go on. So that, I would say, is the main thing that Len, Dudley, and myself, we had. I think I said it, repeating myself.
Keep
we
persevering.
We're off the same, but you keep going for it, and success at the end of the day will be yours.
So you say that was your acute business acumen, which drives you to succeed.
That's right, yes.
Fantastic.
Perseverance.
Fantastic. You're now an author, and you've got 3 books. Unfortunately, we don't have them because I think they're being back to the press or whatever. Can you just list the 3 books that you have, Mr. Wade?
Yes. The first book was How They Made a Million. The second was...
Oh, you made a million.
Well,
I'm just finding out.
How They Made a Million. It was the 3 of us.
Yeah. I hope you have some, we can get some. Yeah.
Yeah. Black Enterprise in Britain.
Yes.
And The Adventures of an Economic Migrant.
Yes.
And there is another title that's on the wings to come out. And
so a 4th one is being cooked.
It's being cooked at the moment.
Okay, fantastic. Right. I like the one that's The Adventures of an Economic Migrant.
That, incidentally, is being made into a full feature film as we speak.
Wow. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that show with Denzel Washington. They call it Gangster or something like that. Yeah. I know you're not a gangster, but you know the movie whereby he went to the source and actually capitalized on it. So I'm not saying you're a gangster, you know, but it reminded me so much because he actually saw the gap in the market. Of course, he's dealing with something else, you know, but he went to the source, and like what you did, you went to the source. You saw the market, you saw the drive, and you actually seized the moment and you seized the day, which is fantastic. Now, tell us now, Mr. Wade, what are any last words that you have to share with us? what's the last key nugget?
Well, last words
Yes.
I would want to share with you is I've seen something that's been done by a young lady. She's a relatively young lady. She's brought out something for Jamaica, which hopefully all the islands would copy. I had the good fortune of picking up a copy, well, her sending on a copy to me, and it's fantastic. And I hope that every black person in this country would receive a copy and follow
And what's
all
that?
the things that she's saying. It's the hidden treasures of Jamaica.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the hidden.
That's where I'm
treasures
from.
of
I'm from Jamaica, Ocherous.
All right.
Ocherous, land of my birth.
Okay. Well, she reminded me that she was in Ocherous on holidays.
Hang on, get out there. Yes, yeah.
And it's a golden store.
Okay.
And doing a whole lot of things that would transplant her beliefs and
Yes.
habits that would make the nation prosper.
And linking to that again, and from your memory now of Dyke and Dryden and Wade, what is your fondest memories of that period, that time, that era?
Well, it's difficult to pull something up because there's so many things that we shared, so many things that we enjoyed.
Yes.
And winning
Mm.
was a sweet,
Yes.
the sweet moments. Yes, what we set out to do, that we succeeded
Yes.
in doing it.
Fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's so much more we can get from Mr. Wade. And but one of the things that I captured, and you must have captured, is about perseverance and to actually continue no matter what and to be resolved and focused, even if there's no money. Because remember, at that period of time when they started Dyke and Dryden, it wasn't one of those times like now whereby there are lots of opportunities, but they broke through because of that perseverance. And also, in regards to the legacy, many questions have been asked, did they sell out? I mean, that's one of the questions people ask. Do you sell out? But the reality is that the hair and Afro industry is still flourishing as a result because of the seed which has been planted by 3 successful black millionaires from the Caribbean. And one more question, actually. You are now living in Jamaica, but you're from Montserrat.
That's right.
What's the distinction and what happened while you're in Jamaica?
Well, it's a question of
I know I live there, and maybe that's why I want to be there.
Jamaica is a larger market,
Yes,
and it offers more sophistication and opportunities.
yes.
And that of course, but as far as I was concerned,
Yes.
it could have been in any one of the islands,
Right,
but
right.
Jamaica was my choice.
Right. Fantastic. Well, that was a wonderful choice. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you so much, Mr. Wade,
My
for
pleasure.
joining us. Okay. And if you'd like to know more about Mr. Wade, visit our website at SYLBOURNE.com for more info and subscribe to our YouTube channel at SYLBOURNE TV. Thank you for watching and see you next time on the SYLBOURNE Show. Thank you.
Victoria Mutual, proud sponsors of the SYLBOURNE Show. We are our members. We are Victoria Mutual.